Come on already.
Yeah, okay. 1 second.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Shadow162 here, and today's the day, you guys. Kingdom Hearts 3.
You stay here with Nozomi and the others. They're still looking for her. We must take steps to keep her safe.
Yeah, but
It's a vital assignment. We need you.
well, I guess I can handle all the important jobs just like usual.
Let's go, Ichigo.
Be careful, guys.
I appreciate you all gathering here. I know you have very busy schedules.
Enough formalities. What's the plan? What are we going to do now?
I've already sealed off the Christmas world and rendered communications impossible. Now we must strengthen and unify ourselves before they can formulate a strategy and return here. Also, there are still a few captains who haven't yet been replaced with a radar.
And what about the head captain?
I have a plan in mind for him. Don't you worry about that. Of course, I will need everyone's help to achieve it.
Oh, here.
To tell you the truth, I don't care about that.
Oh.
Sacrificing myself to it. How about it? Hurry up and let me fight myself.
It's so wiggly. Barbarians are just so intelligent.
What?
Not that I care who a barbarian chooses to fight. But so will Tom never choose. They're important to know. They are my test subjects.
What are you folks, Captain?
It's not a moja.
Only one can lead the Kuchiki Clan. And that is
Open. Dude, do not leave.
Isaiah, go get the clothes. Eduardo? Oh, you already got it. You little funky boy.
You took a bath? It's too bad.
I'm going to take one time.
You're hot.
I know. Who? Who's who's the white bottle at? Focus. You need to leave the car wash, correct, Rusty?
Hey, who got one?
No.
They there? I didn't go that way.
That's all. What did you do?
I know, I don't be doing stay there.
Hey, Mom, I'm on live.
Huh?
Work Thursday?
Bring it Thursday.
Working Thursday.
No,
Okay.
not too early because I'm going to get the house from
You
now.
need to wash it Thursday. If you wash it up, then you wash it that. And then bread wash it.
Thursday?
Dog.
What you said? Watch what time on Thursday? What time Thursday?
What you talking about?
Thursday be in. What you talking about?
My God,
What
damn.
you said Thursday when? In the morning?
Yeah, on the phone. You look at $5 car.
No, I-
You need to real wash before you go to the trip.
Okay.
Well, I just do that whenever I got the lid off. I go to the, I do that damn. I'm not gonna do that now.
Don't make any noise. I'm on live.
You ain't go back. You wait for me to do it for you. Alright, do your back, do it real fast. Okay, come on back. Do your back then. Don't do your back then real fast. Fast. You need to jump. You gotta jump. You gotta jump. No, you're not ready. You're not ready.
Oh my god. You don't need to leave, bro. Because. Yes! Oh, fine, leave if you don't want to see it. Just hold up a second.
You gotta have a day.
Yeah.
Trying to help me out, ask you for your help.
My
Look what I told you about going live.
don't talk. They can hear you. Don't talk. They can hear you.
They can hear me?
But don't say nothing. You know when my friends is watching, like can hear your voice. Don't
Alright,
say
come on.
nothing.
Yeah. I think it hit. Yeah.
So let me
That's for cookie, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, really funny. Kingdom Hearts, at least.
I need to to the bathroom.
Bob.
Hmm? You go bathroom? Bath.
Hear you.
made me like jump out of my skin. I have to play this.
I get to come to stuff like this and then like. Do you want to see a video? They let me show you videos. This video in particular is wonderful because it's like a backstage pass to see what it's like to break new ground in the Star Wars galaxy. Roll that tape.
I've always been a fan of the dark side. The idea of the Imperial perspective is you never really understand who they are as people, right? How the organization works. How can we distill that and how can we make a story around that?
The story of Battlefront 2 is absolutely an essential story.
What happened after Return of the Jedi? What happened to the galaxy? What happened to the Empire without an Emperor?
What it might feel like to be in this galaxy as it starts to break apart.
What's really exciting about this story is that we're going to see it from the point of view of a character like Iden. So we're going to see it from this Imperial point of view.
Inferno Squad is a Black Ops team that most people don't even know exist.
We weren't expecting special forces.
We happen to be on Endor when the second Death Star explodes.
Iden is presented with an extreme challenge, the destruction of the Death Star 2 and the death of the Emperor.
What sort of choices would somebody in that situation have to make about who they are and what the galaxy was going to become?
And it's interesting, does that mean, now that the Empire's fallen, that they're the underdogs?
Iden is a tried and true Imperial. She's somebody who grew up on a planet called Vardos.
She was very quickly put into a military camp for children.
She has spent her whole life building up to this moment to be commander of Inferno Squad.
Operators informed the Admiral that Operation Cinder could proceed as planned.
Hask is the most zealous of them all, I would say. He's the most interested and invested in how far the Empire is willing to go.
He was an orphan, so he needed something to latch onto. Empire is peace and justice and order.
Even when people are faltering around him, he pushes forward and says, no, the Empire is the way.
I'm picking up distress calls, too many to count. Del has seen more of the galaxy than most people in the Empire. He actually grew up on Coruscant during the time of the Jedi.
He brings a lot of humor.
Him and Iden have a bit of a banter, have a bit of a laugh. Family is a really important element in Star Wars, and one of the things that we wanted to make sure we captured is the dynamic between Garrick Versio and his daughter Iden Versio.
This is the catalyst for Iden, where she learns the future of the Empire, and she's elevated to a point by her father.
Your next assignments, they are unusual.
She's my daughter. She's all I have.
I do need for her to understand why I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Everything in Star Wars is connected, and part of our job is to make sure that the games we're making do connect back into that larger universe.
But we're now able to use this game in Battlefront 2 as a resource to take this information into future development projects.
Hope cannot save them!
I think all those gamers out there are gonna just love it.
This is the culmination of all the things that are good in the world. Video games, Star Wars, and a team of people that are willing to take the time to do the work.
We have to take risks, we have to be bold, we have to push everyone's boundaries, and we leave a good footprint behind.
Okay, Star Wars Battlefront 2, my favorite game. PlayStation. I got one.
That was cool. No big deal. That was awesome.
No big deal, just a Star Wars game. You can feel the whole game in the stage as well.
Like a massage, man.
Yeah. I saw a few lightsabers down there, so that's just so cool. So there's a lot of Star Wars out there. We have TV, we have movies, we have animated. So what sets this story apart from those stories, and specifically in regards to video games?
So you have the term story in your job title, so you take this one.
I will tackle that. So I think one of the things that we always approach as a story group when we're thinking about telling new Star Wars stories in general is, what is the right story per platform? Because each platform has its strengths and what it can really revel in. And one of the great things about video games is that you actually get to inhabit a character. You get to play as somebody. And so what was fascinating to us about Battlefront 2 and Iden Versio is that you get to be a commander in the Empire at this really challenging time. And so that's something that we wanted people to be able to feel and be able to go out there and be that Imperial. And so with that video game, you get the opportunity to do that. You can play as that character, which is always incredibly exciting.
Yeah. I'm also kind of a big Star Wars fan, and I've never heard of Vardos before. Is it a place I can vacation? Is it good this time of year? Please tell me more.
I will answer that as Iden.
Okay.
Vardos is beautiful. I'll tell you why. It's an Imperial homeworld. It's beautiful because it's peaceful and it's orderly. Like all planets should be in the galaxy.
Yeah. My butt is clenched.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful. I mean, it's where she grew up, and it's where she went to school. She was the top of her class. Vardos holds a lot of heart for her. Yeah. And it's also where she learned to be a commander, you know? And like look at this girl. The great thing is, on November 17th, you get to feel what it's like to be a commander for the Empire.
That's cool. I'm excited. I can't wait to play.
It's kind of scary. Just say it.
Just come on over to the side of this.
Okay, I'm warming up to it a small bit, okay? So, we're going to try something a little different
nervous.
this time. We're going to throw to a caller on a live stream. We have a person named John who's a huge fan of the series, and they're actually in Anaheim.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and throw to them if we have that.
Where's Sky? Where's
John, are you
HMK?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I want to ask a few questions. My other name is FN2187.
How's it going?
Yeah.
You sit here.
Don't
sit. No. You sit here.
Okay. I love you too, babe. I do.
John, I'm a bit flustered. I knew you were coming out, but now I'm here and it's all happening.
I had to. I've just left the Last Jedi panel, and I had to stop by and give my gamers a visit.
Well, you're a big Battlefront fan, right? Genuinely.
Yes, I am. Because I'm a massive Battlefront fan. And I don't know if you remember, I actually sent out a tweet, which wasn't planned. I just sent out a tweet because I'm a massive fan of Battlefront, and EA responded. I've been, trying to fight for the fans for a good single-player campaign.
Thank you, man.
And now we have it.
Yes!
Now we have it. Also, on top of that, you get to play as me.
Nice.
Yes.
It's good.
Are you gonna play as yourself?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So, as a huge fan of Battlefront 2, what are you most looking forward to in this new version of the game?
I've only played like.
Wait, you've played it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yikes.
Dude, what?
Yeah, that's me right there. Amazing.
Come on!
By the way, don't judge my aiming, okay? It's different. The game's set up different. But I've played it, as you can see, and it's really good. You are phenomenal in it. It's fantastic. It's a great story. And I'm excited for people to get to know these characters on a more intimate level. You feel like you're playing against real danger because you're more invested in these characters due to that single-player campaign. But also on top of that, I'm going to be whooping a lot of fans. Don't worry, there's going to be some time for that.
Well, thanks for giving us something to look forward to. Now you guys are leaving us with something tonight?
Yes. check under your chairs.
Oh, us.
Not you guys. Check under your chairs. We'll get you one too. I didn't know you were coming, so we didn't bring one for you.
Whoa, look at
Look for John. I feel like that's
Yeah.
cheating. But I know they're not under your chairs at this moment, but we are happy to say we didn't want to leave anyone empty-handed. So at the end of this panel, when you are leaving, everyone will get
Man, I wish I was there.
this fantastic poster
It's like Christmas.
of Aiden
Thanks
and
for
her
joining us
awesome
this
helmet.
afternoon, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank
Give it
you,
up,
guys.
Star Wars.
Give it up for Star Wars.
Nice to be here.
All right, they're off.
That was Finn.
Just John Boyega walking up on stage. Whatever.
Back in his head still.
Hi, thank you. That's my name, yes. I love you too. So, that was a little crazy. We all went a bit wild there with that one. So, we're going to slow things down a small bit. We're going to change things up and switch gears a bit. So, we're going to bring out Mike Goslin, who is the VP of Advanced Development at Disney. So, give it up for Mike.
Hi.
How's it going?
My boy. What's
Hi.
up?
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us. So I heard you're here today to talk about augmented reality. So for people who don't know what that is, could you explain it a little bit?
Sure. Augmented reality is a technology that lets you combine computer-generated objects with the real world. So bringing them together to create an illusion. So I could put a virtual tiger using AR right here in front of us, and it would look like it was really here. We could walk around it and look from any angle and it'd stay in the right spot.
Oh, I would want like a cute monkey or a panda.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can do that too.
But it's also like the Snapchat filters, right?
Yeah, you know the mustaches, you can put the
Pokemon
mustache. Again, it's a computer mustache, real face together. It looks like I have a mustache.
I love that stuff.
We think AR can do a lot more.
Really?
Yeah.
So, how does Disney fit into the whole augmented reality world then?
Disney's always used technologies to find new ways to tell stories. I learned this back when I started at Imagineering, and we think AR is a great platform for a new kind of storytelling.
All right. So.
I'm excited to see some of it.
Yeah, man. So do you have something to show us?
Well, so Star Wars, we got to talk about Star Wars. So, of course,
Yeah.
AR has always been a big part of the Star Wars stories, going back all the way to the beginning. So remember in the first, in A New Hope, Princess Leia appears early in the movie as a hologram. And then later, all the way up to The Force Awakens, where they have the galaxy maps and the Starkiller base.
Yeah.
So it's always been really important. My personal favorite, though, is the Holo Chess game from the Millennium Falcon. You know, the little monsters.
That's so cool.
Anybody like Holo Chess?
We haven't been able to play it yet, though.
Well, we've always wanted to create that game, and we've never been able, the technology just hasn't existed to do that until now.
That's gonna take a long time for it.
Until now?
That's not gonna take until 2000 something.
Augmented reality, and I'm very excited to give you a very first look at it today. I've got this case right here, so let me pull it out. So this has never been seen before. I'm revealing this for the first time. We've been working on, we teamed up with Lenovo and Lucasfilm to build our very own augmented reality headset. This will let everyone experience their favorite moments from Star Wars like never before.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
So let me tell you, it's very simple.
Okay.
I'll tell you how it works.
Yeah.
Download an app to your phone, slip your phone into the headset, right here,
Whoa.
and then you put it on and you're ready to play.
That's incredible. That's so easy.
You want to try it on?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Wow. Wait.
Whoa.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
How
Wait,
big
so
is
I can still see everything. Hi.
Yeah, so
do I look cool?
So it's really important to be able to see, right? Because again, you're combining computer images with the real world, so you got to be able to see. It's like wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
So
It's
not
like going
everybody
to
can try it
SAO.
on today, unfortunately.
I don't know if you guys
so
watched
I was
that.
able to smuggle some footage out of our lab on some experiences that we've been working on.
Nice.
Right, so now you can play Holo Chess for real in your own living room. See, that's our run, that's our room. And you can bring epic battles to life where action figures run around and we've got X-Wings and Imperial Walkers all in your room, all
Your
around
living room, you're just...
And we're just getting started.
Okay, so I have to ask this just because, yeah, I mean, clap, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
It's 2017, it's about time. We've been waiting for this.
The future is
But I
almost
think
here.
what everyone's probably thinking is, what about lightsabers? right?
Of course.
Okay, so you got lightsabers, right? So we were inspired by that moment where Luke turns on his lightsaber for the first time. Has anybody dreamed of having that moment, turning on a lightsaber?
I think there's a couple of lightsabers down there.
So that's what we're going for, and we're going to be showing you a great deal more of this in the coming weeks. We've got lots of stuff to show. I can only give you a quick glimpse today, but we've got a little bit of video here.
Ooh.
Wow.
Awaken your inner Jedi.
Whoa. What a tease,
You gonna leave us like that, Mike?
What
You
a
gonna
tease.
tease us and leave it there?
So if you're interested in finding out more, you're in luck. We have a website, JediChallenges.com. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming again.
I'm going to take my...
It's crazy. Can I keep it? Come on, leave it on stage. Aw.
You thought.
We'll get it later.
It's just real life holo chess, whatever.
No big deal. I can't wait to do the lightsaber thing.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
incredible.
Okay, so now we've moved on from Star Wars, so let's get a little bit into Marvel. Is there any Marvel fans out there?
I'm a Marvel fan.
So, you might have seen a small game called Spider-Man at E3.
Yeah.
Closed out the Sony press conference. Pretty big deal. So, let's bring on stage right now Bill Roseman, the executive creative director at Marvel Games, and Brian Intihar, creative director at Insomniac Games.
Give it up. Yeah, buddy. Hey, man.
How's it going? So, Spider-Man.
I like the red, too.
Yeah. Brand, right? Hey, Empire State University, is that where you... It's an amazing institution of higher learning.
Guys, we're so incredibly excited about Spider-Man. I mean, we're all a bunch of web heads here, right, guys?
Yeah.
A little bit. So, can you talk about the game and what goes into creating it? Because it's massive. This is a big game.
It is big, and I mean, it's funny you mention that because it's our most ambitious game yet. I mean, it's really unprecedented to have Marvel working with Insomniac and Sony, and yes, it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive, but at the same time, we're really telling a very personal and human story. And I was reminded of that yesterday. I was actually sitting out there, and I was watching Joe Quesada during his Cup of Joe talk, and he was telling a story when he became editor-in-chief, and he went into Stan Lee's office, and he said, Stan, what's the key to telling a Marvel story, creating a Marvel character? And Stan said, hey, you can have a character in a cool costume on the edge of a building, and they can jump off, and you can look and say, well, that's a pretty cool costume. But Stan said, if you can get the people to care about the person under the mask, if you get to know who they are, who they're fighting for, what they care about, then when that character jumps off the building, you are with them jumping off the building. And when I was a kid and I read my Spider-Man comics, whatever was going on in my life, it went away.
Yeah.
And I was with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so when we decided to make the game, we wanted to find a partner who understood that, who not only could tell amazing stories, who not only had a spectacular level of quality, and could also bring the fun of Spider-Man. But most importantly, we wanted to find friends who grew up with Spider-Man just like us. And we found that perfect partner in Insomniac.
Aww. All that.
You guys are gonna make us cry up here.
Stop
Make me cry.
it.
So, as he said, Insomniac, huge pedigree, very great wealth library of games, and we all love them, and they're super fun to play. So, can you tell us why you chose to do a Spider-Man game this time around?
It's Spider-Man. I mean...
Good answer.
I mean, for me and for everybody in Insomniac, I mean, quite frankly, this is a dream come true. I mean, look at that character. I mean, look, we are just like everybody out there. We are fans. We love this character. We love Marvel. And when it comes to Spider-Man, he just fits our studio culture, our personality so well, from a sense of humor to the relatability to telling that human story, but also swinging around New York City, all those gadgets, all the quips, it fits Insomniac perfectly.
Yeah. So, Bill, it's a new universe and it's a new story. It still has the DNA of actually being Spider-Man, but could you tell us a bit about the new world that you guys are creating?
Yeah, well, we were really inspired, in fact, by, there was a comic book series called Ultimate Spider-Man.
So good!
Might have heard of it.
So good!
And when they launched that book, they were retelling the Spider-Man story from the very beginning, but in a new way. They wanted to keep readers guessing, and we were really inspired by that. So you will see very familiar faces, but you will see them in new positions. You'll see a mix of characters you know very well, and then there may be some characters that you don't know, but that you're soon going to love. So we want to keep everybody on the edge of your seats and tell an all-new original Spider-Man story. We're going to tell our Spider-Man story.
Ah, that's so cool.
So, did you bring a video for us, Bill?
Well, I think not only do we have a video, well, why don't you take it away, because you're in it.
So, as I said, I'm up here representing Insomniac, but I'm just part of an amazing team in Burbank and in North Carolina that are working on Spider-Man. And video game development is challenging, tough, but also exciting. And we have a little piece that shows you what it goes into making Spider-Man.
The greatest thing about working on a Spider-Man game is that you're working on a Spider-Man game. The hardest thing is that it's a Spider-Man game. We really care about storytelling here at Insomniac.
And I think that's how we go into every day we come here. There's this push to really get it right.
One of the most compelling things about Spider-Man is just when Peter Parker and Spider-Man's worlds collide. And we've tried really hard to weave the two stories together to create a story that is not necessarily just a superhero story, but a human story as well.
So this Spider-Man is a little different. He's older. He's 23, so he's been Spider-Man for 8 years. And kind of like an athlete in the prime of his career, he's starting to get good at the Spider-Man thing.
The nice thing about playing an experienced Spider-Man is that he's already familiar with his powers, right? He's not just discovering them.
We always think of Spider-Man as, we call him, the acrobatic improviser. He's looking for not only how he can take advantage of where the enemies are positioned, but what around him. Could he use this object to grab with his webs and throw it at an enemy? We want people to not only see the enemies in front of them, but the environment around, to take advantage of both of them.
He also knows that the criminals out in the city know how he works as well, so he's got to mix it up.
So even though he is more experienced, the challenges are going to be bigger than he's ever faced before.
Spider-Man has a rich history of having great stories. The core of our story is this duality between being Peter Parker and being Spider-Man. What's cool about Mr. Negative is that he also has a duality. He's got his positive side as Martin Lee, who runs the homeless shelters in the city, but he also has his negative side.
When Peter makes the connection that the leader of the Inner Demons is the guy who my aunt works for, we got the perfect collision of those two worlds.
So many people have their own vision of what Spider-Man should look like, what he should sound like, and in the end, we just have to put a new and fresh twist on who he is.
And for us, it's really, really important to deliver those big spectacle moments, those near impossible scenarios that only someone like Spider-Man can survive. It puts you in that action.
You got this, you got this, you got this!
We understand what this character means to people that can hear, and we're making this game with a lot of heart, and we're going to do whatever it takes to give people the ultimate Spider-Man experience, the game that they've been waiting for.
Oh, man!
Yeah! It's so good!
So good! I have chills!
I've seen that video like 200 times, and I still smile every time I see it.
It's incredible. I cosplay like as Spider-Gwen,
Yep.
and I love the Spideyverse. So I'm.
Wait, so when am I going to see the White Spider version of her?
When is it? I got my suit. I'll be right back.
Okay, all right, all right.
No. Okay, we'll just finish this up, guys. There was something we had never seen before in that video. There was Peter's apartment, and he was fighting Fisk. That's exciting.
Yeah, well, we wanted to bring something new to the D23 crowd, right? So those two scenes that you saw, they talk about those colliding worlds. Like, we're going to get very personal. So you see where Peter Parker lives when he has the mask off. You see what's all in his room, and all those elements make Peter who he is. And so we're getting very, very personal and intimate with Peter. And then at the same time, you see him, once he pulls on that mask, he goes out in the world and he fights huge characters like Wilson Fisk. So again, we're going to see, it's a fresh new way to see both sides of this character's life that we love.
And that's just really a small glimpse at some of the characters you're going to see in this game.
Yeah, that's just the opening.
Yeah, that's just the opening of the game, you know,
I
the
can't.
beginning of the game. So we have a huge cast, lots of villains, lots of them.
Yes.
And I think people are going to be pretty excited.
I'm pretty excited too.
Me too. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the story side of the new Spider-Man game, but everyone wants to know, I want to know about, and everyone's worried about it, is the web swinging, the traversal, the parkour. Can you tell us a bit about that?
As Peter says in the video, we got this. We got it. We're going to be good. We're going to be okay. Yes, nailing the web swinging is crucial. It's a requirement. And I mean, even since, you know, E3 was a month ago, you know, we've already improved our web swinging. It's easier to gain speed now. You know, yes, we've read all the feedback online and we're reading all that stuff. We listen to you guys a lot, and we are, you know, constantly looking to improve the game. So, you know, we want to continue to have that sense of flow, fluidity, no obstacles too big for him to overcome. And that takes that traversal, but also in the combat, you know, combat's evolving every single day. You saw one of the gadgets, that web tripwire, right? Well, you can stick it into objects, but I can also stick it onto enemies. If they're close enough, they just slam into each other. So we want to have gadgets that really allow him to have a lot of fun during combat as well.
That's awesome. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you for having me, guys. Have a great show.
Spider-Man! So much Spider-Man stuff.
Awesome.
That's pretty great.
It's amazing, it's spectacular, it's superior, it's going to be the ultimate Spider-Man experience.
That's pretty good. I feel like you've said that before.
Yeah.
It's in the back of his head. So what else can we check out here at D23 from Marvel Games?
Yeah, so if you go to the Marvel booth, we have 5 games that you can get your hands on right now. We have 2 of our mobile games, Marvel Future Fight and Marvel Puzzle Quest. We have 2 console games, Marvel Heroes Omega and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh, love that game.
All at the booth right now. You can play them today.
Nice. I'll do it after this.
Wait, there's only 4 games up there, though.
Well, Jack, you were very smart, my friend. I'm glad you mentioned that, because our 5th game is Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Yeah.
I got to play that at E3. It's incredible.
It's really cool. This one is a sequel to the first one. What's awesome about this is the villain is Kang the Conqueror. He likes to go to different time periods, conquer them, and bring them all together. So you're going to have multiple versions of the same character. So keeping with the Spider-Man theme, in the game you may have, from the past, Spider-Man Noir. From the future, you may have Spider-Man 2099. And from a whole different timeline, you may have your fave Strawberry, Spider-Gwen.
Yes, please! I've been waiting.
And there's actually another Spider-Man that we haven't announced yet.
Who?
But hey, you know, again, this is for the D23 fans. You want to see a character reveal?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nice.
There we go. It's the homemade suit from Spider-Man Homecoming, and hey, the game is available to pre-order today.
Oh, it's so exciting. That suit looks so comfy. Like, that's my sweatpants.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Yeah.
That. So that was incredible. That's not all. You have a really, really big announcement today.
Well, I mean, again, D23 is the ultimate fan experience, right? So, how about a world exclusive premiere?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, please.
do you want to hear about a game that no one in the entire universe have heard about yet?
What?
All right, this is just for you. You know, we've talked about our mobile games. We've talked about console games. Hey, you ready for Marvel to go virtual reality?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, what's this? Are you serious?
Time to rock and roll. You think you can stop me? Try this on. I may be small, but I pack big guns. Is that all you got? All right, Lockjaw, get us out of here. Yeah. So, you might have been wondering who this man is who just wandered up on stage while that was going on. We have on stage with us Steve Arnold, who is the head of Oculus Studios.
Hey, guys.
Thank you, Steve, for being with us here today.
It's so great to be here with you guys.
Was that Captain Marvel?
Oh, yeah. I know how excited you are. Yeah.
She's my fave. I like her too. Steve, let me ask, why a Marvel game in VR? I mean, why not, right? But why?
Well, in VR, I mean, you can do the impossible. And so we have this incredible opportunity to deliver experiences that are essentially just wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
And so I remember years ago when I first tried the Rift, I think that my first thought coming out of it was, man, I wish I had superpowers.
Yes.
You know, I want to fly, I want to shoot beams out of my hands, I want to lift a car over my head and throw it at bad guys. And so, maybe a little selfishly,
Talking about the Hulk
I
and
wanted to
Captain
build
Marvel.
a game that delivered on that fantasy. And for me personally, my opinion is there is no one that does superheroes and superpowers better than the folks at Marvel. And so they have been the perfect partner to make this game with.
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on with that one.
Yeah.
That's so exciting though, right? You read a comic book, you do the cosplay, the next best thing would to become that hero and have the powers.
For sure.
That's usually what Photoshop is for me, but now we get to go into VR. So for people who have never tried VR, can you tell us how this will work with Marvel?
Sure, there are a couple of things that VR does really well that we wanted to lean into in this game in particular. One is kind of the sense of scale you get being in virtual reality. And so we're building characters like Rocket Raccoon, who are actually really small. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there's the Hulk, who's humongous. And when you're in there looking down at your enemies, I mean, you genuinely feel like a giant. And then secondly, there's a power of social presence that you get in VR where you can be in there with someone who's maybe miles and miles away, but you feel like you're in the same room with them. And so we really wanted to make sure this game, you could play it cooperatively and be teammates. And I mean, who doesn't love a classic Marvel team up? So
Yeah, it's kind of incredible.
Yeah, so you mentioned that there's Rocket, and we can see Hulk on the screen and some other characters as well, but are there any other characters that you're going to bring to the game?
Well, I can say this, you know, this is only the beginning. There's going to be a full roster of characters, and next week at San Diego Comic-Con, you can play the game. You can unleash your inner hero at San Diego Comic-Con, and we're also going to do another character reveal.
Ooh, any hints?
Yeah.
I could, but then
no spoilers.
Shield may come from the ceiling and
All right.
take me away.
We won't put you at risk. Well, has anyone else played this game?
I hope you don't get mad, but maybe one of your friends
Welcome
has.
to Marvel Powers United VR. Tyler's to my right. Hi. And
Wait.
Ethan.
You guys are so big.
That just did I just
All right, come on, guys. We got work to do. We need to work as a team.
Move in!
Thought we were just gonna get to hang out and look at cool space stuff.
I didn't know Markiplier was on here.
I got it. Tyler, where are you? I'm above you. I am a surgeon with this thing. Watch this sick move. I got a missile.
Nice.
Alright, so we just finished up with Marvel Powers United VR.
Oh, Mark.
This game is an exclusive on the Oculus Rift.
I didn't even know you were on here,
so
bro.
it'll be coming out in 2018. That's cool. I was
Mark.
Well,
Hi.
look who we have.
Markiplier. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Oh, yes, I know.
So you got to play the game already. We
Yeah,
didn't,
I
but you
know.
got to play the game.
I know, yeah.
Of course.
It was great.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it was.
Must be nice being Markiplier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, it was really cool. We played it for about an hour. That was only like a minute-long video. We had a ton of fun with it. Yeah.
Wow.
It was an early release
Hello,
of it,
my
so
name is
we tried our
Markiplier.
best to break it, and that was even more fun. Just being with our friends, because you were right. Like the sense of scale is different. Like I played the Hulk, and I felt so tall, and Ethan was Rocket Raccoon down there, and he was just like, "Whoa, Mark, is that you?" And I'm like, yeah, it's me.
But then you can trigger Rocket's jetpack, and then you're 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, whatever. That's less impressive.
Bigger than the Hulk.
Yeah.
Rocket.
Best part about this is, guys, when it comes out, we can all play it together. I'll be Captain Marvel.
I call Hulk.
I'll be Hulk.
Mark can be Hulk. You can be Rocket.
Why do I have to be Rocket? I got Hulk, right? I can be Hulk.
I'm not for sure about that. We'll discuss that later. You'll be Hulk. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
See ya, Mark. Why are the lights going out? Whoa! Yes! Yes! Another one! Come on, bring Kingdom Hearts back. Oh, it's the same one. But I think they might show a new one. You see Pete right there. With the sword, my man. You're gonna say, welcome to... How do you expect to bring back Roxy when he never existed in the first place? There's only one way to accomplish it. So, are you finally going to call upon the darkness? Today's the 15th. Today's the 15th. What do you mean? Come.
That's a pretty big deal. You guys excited for it? So is my extreme honor to be able to welcome on stage Tetsuya Nomura and Kaori Takasue to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Good, great response. We're celebrating a 15 years.
I'm trying right now.
It's been the busiest year. Can you reflect on the fan response of Kingdom Hearts? まず、キングダムハーツが15周年を迎え、とても忙しい1年だと思いますが、野村さんはいかがでしょう？また、ファンのリアクションはいかがですか？
はい、ですね、15周年の今年、まず、
Give us a new world, a new trailer.
皮切りにですね、
I'm about to cry.
そしてスマートフォンでユニオンクロスの展開が始まりまして、まあタイトル的には15周年分のいろんなものが今年出て、全てがスリー
Don't mind my nails, you guys. I'm just like really excited.
Well, I feel like there's so much going on for the 15th anniversary on the road to 3. We had the release of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 Remix,
Okay, we got that.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, and recently underwent a name change for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So I believe we're doing all the things we need to, and I think he has a little more to say.
そして15周年を記念してですね、ワールドツアーでコンサートを世界回りまして、先日終了したんですけども、自分も一部、会場に伺ってですね、ファンの熱気を直接感じる貴重な機会を得ました。
Well, recently we wrapped up the Kingdom Hearts World Orchestra, where I was able to go and visit. I've heard from our staff and saw the reactions and actually really felt the passion myself from all the fans.
That's awesome. So at last, yes, definitely. So at the last D23 event, you announced the Big Hero 6 world, and we already know. Yes.
Yeah, I like Big Hero.
There's going to be a Tangled world as well, but.
Yes.
I believe that you have a new world to show off for us today.
It's a new world. You get.
前回の D23 ではベイマックスのワールドと塔の上のラプンツェルも発表されました。今回もワールド発表があるとお伺いしましたが、いかがでしょう？
はい、そうですね。これまで D23 は何度か参加させていただいたんですけども、まああまり多くの情報はお届けできなかったんですが、今回はちょっと特別、新しいワールドの、情報を多めに持ってきましたので、ご覧いただきたいなと思ってます。
Well, I've actually been to D23 a couple of times, but I don't think I've been able to show all that much information. So this time we have something pretty special.
Oh, what is this? What's that? What's that? Come on, what is it?
そうですね。じゃあ早速ですが、皆さんもう見ますかね。
All right. Well, do you guys want to see it now?
Oh yeah! Yes! 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 Yes!
はい。それでは映像をお願いします。
All right. So let's roll the trailer.
Roll the trailer! Roll the trailer! Roll the trailer! Don't tell. watching Toy Story!
あっちは驚いてもいいのかな。あいつら誰だ。新入りか。君たち新しいおもちゃなのか。おもちゃ。さっきのモヤモヤのことを知っているのか。あれはハートレスだよ。ハートレスは前からここにいたのか。いや、最近になって現れたんだ。そういえばそのハートレスが現れたのとみんながいなくなった時期は一致するな。他に何か手がかりはないかな。みんなが消えた時に変わったこととか。
Give like, comment, subscribe. You gotta watch this.
あれだな。あれですね。誰？アンディたちが消えた直後、あの黒いモヤモヤと一緒にお前たちのようなフードのついた黒い格好をしたやつが現れた。
黒いフード。それってまさか。
知ってるやつなのか。
ここで起こってる異変の原因がわかるかもしれない。俺たちに任せてくれないか。
いや、空たちだけには任せられない。みんながいなくなった原因がわかるなら俺たちの問題でもある。むしろ力を貸してくれ。
それでその黒コートはどこに。
軍曹、偵察隊からの報告は。
ターゲットが最後に確認されたのはギャラクシートイズです。
最近できた新しいおもちゃ屋だな。案内するよ。窓から屋根を伝っていくんだ。
Oh, you give me. Oh! Oh! I did it! Oh my god. No! No! You can fight others too? I'm about to. Ooh. We got Toy Story? Okay. That's what we saw. No. I'm dropping another one. You get to jump in another one. And another one. Oh my god. No, it's him.
お前ら何がしたいんだよ。
我らも欠落した闇を手に入れなければな
Is
ら
he
な
a
い。
human or
それにはこの世界の心のつながりが手がかりになる。
dude, where's the release date? No release date. Coming to yes. Okay, we got Toy Story. I think that's it.
Toy Story.
I think that's it. Man, I thought we were gonna get.
Announcement. Please welcome from Pixar Animation Studios, Jason Katz, Story Supervisor, and Tasha Sonar, Associate Creative Director. Come on out, guys.
I thought we were gonna get Wreck-It Ralph.
What's up, man?
So good.
You guys see that? See that?
think that's... We're not getting Treasure Planet. We're not getting Treasure Planet. I thought we would get...
Who's the leader of this outfit? That was a basic question. Now, is your pole string broken? Do you need batteries? For the low Malibu Barbie, this unit is not ready for playtime. Agreed. Abort! 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 Return to Andy's room. On the double. Move out! Move out!
So I think that... please, we have to get another world. Another world.
Do those guys usually come out when you guys come out?
Always.
Are they friends of yours?
We just met backstage.
They're very scary.
And I wish we get Wreck-It Ralph
That was kind of
and
I got
Treasure
scared for a
Planet.
minute.
So that's a pretty shocking announcement to have Pixar be part of the Kingdom Hearts universe. I don't think any of us expected that.
Oh man, I thought we would get Treasure Planet.
So, Jason, can you tell us a small bit about what the collaboration between Pixar and Square Enix has been like?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been lucky enough to work at Pixar for 23 years in the story department. I started when I was 5. It's amazing. But I was in the story department for Toy Story 2. I was story supervisor for Toy Story 3. And so Buzz and Woody have been in my life for half my life. And I remember the very first meeting when we got around the table and talked about the idea of bringing Buzz and Woody and the gang into the world of Kingdom Hearts, and it was so exciting.
You don't see Andy in here.
Enthusiastic about the promise and the amazing game we could make.
I think everybody else is enthusiastic about it as well.
Skyward Wing, HMK, Cynical.
I feel like I need an inhaler. Like I need
They better be watching this.
It was a lot. Tasha, you're a die-hard Kingdom Hearts fan, correct?
Right
yeah,
here.
A little
That was
bit.
there.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm really excited to work on this project because I've been a gamer
Come
all
get
my
2018.
life, and I'm a huge RPG nerd
Oh, this is
and
too
love
hard.
the Kingdom Hearts series. And I've also
5
worked at Pixar for
months.
a long time.
2018.
Animated on
And I'm
Toy
really
Story
excited to play this game. And this is good.
These characters are very important to me, and it is just really fun to see them all together.
Right?
Yeah.
And you worked on the game and helped bring it to life with the art style, creative direction, and animation even. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things to work on was helping to design the toy versions of Sora, Donald.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
Really good.
And
that cosplay is gonna be crazy, right?
Yeah. And the Keyblade. As a gamer, I love collecting all the different Keyblades from all the different worlds, and
really?
helping work on the Toy Story Keyblade was really fun.
It was kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
I hope I can collect the toys in real life.
Yes, I want all of them, please.
No, me too.
Yes.
So, Jason, you mentioned that you worked a lot, very heavily in the story department. So, can you tell us a bit about the original story you're bringing to Kingdom Hearts with Pixar?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the coolest thing is for the game. This is a brand new story. It exists only in Kingdom Hearts 3, and Nomura-san and his brilliance was able to pitch something that we loved, and John Lasseter has been involved from the first day. And John loves this. John is so into it, and that first meeting where we decided, yes, we got to do it, he looked at us all around the table and square in the eyes and said, make it good. So like, no pressure. But I really feel like this thing is something that we are all very proud of, so excited to be a part of, and can't wait for you guys to see yourselves.
Oh man, a brand new Toy Story story. That's a lot of stories, but that's incredible, right?
Yeah.
Come on, that's good. Wow. Nomura-san, in closing, do you have anything else to add?
来週に何かトイストーリーについて、はい。
そうですね。トイストーリーについて、そうですか。
それか最終言葉でもよろしいか。
トイストーリーに関してはですね、キングダムハーツ2の頃から
Speaking a little bit too low, but I can still hear him.
ワールドとしてキングダムハーツの世界に来てほしいというのはずっとお願いしてて、今回やっとこういう形で願いを叶えまして。本当にファンの皆さんも喜んでくれたと思うんですけど、僕も本当に嬉しいです。
He's always hoped that Toy Story would be part of the Kingdom Hearts series, and it's almost like my dream came true, and I hope that, you know, I'm happy, and I hope that the fans are also happy.
No Big Hero 6.
Sky. Should he have some final words? Yes, please? Yes, please.
ですね。何を言う？
最終メッセージ、ファンに何か。
そうですね。あれ？
例えばトレーラー。
あ、そうとか。すいません、忘れました。
です
ね。先ほど見ていただいたトレーラーなんですけども、前回オーケストラの時と同じく日本語版と英語版両バージョンプレイ部分が違っていますので、2種類この後アップされます。で、冒頭ちょっと文字演出が入ってたと思うんですけども、部分も、ちょっと見づらいかなと思ったんで、ショート版として冒頭部分だけを抜いたもの、これも日本語版と英語版があります。なので計4本この後、アップされますが、ぜひ、違いを見ていただければなと思ってます。
Well, his first point is that we will be uploading both the Japanese and English version of the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers that you saw today, the short Hercules version with no text overlay, as well as the full Toy Story trailer. One thing he noted was the language displays are slightly different amongst the regions, so please try seeing the various trailers.
はい、あとですね、やっとトイ・ストーリーも発表できまして、18年ということも発表できまして、これでずっと隠してたのがちょっと一安心してですね、また次の情報、また喜んでいただけるものを公開できるように、また考えてますので、お楽しみにしていてください。
How they're going to be getting Big Hero 6?
Years of Toy Story, and he's really excited that we're here today. He also said he's thinking about the next announcement, so please wait for that as well.
Okay. What is that?
そして最後になりますが、今日会場に来てくださった皆様に、ポスターのプレゼントが
Man, I was waiting for Treasure Planet.
ぜひ受け取っていってください。あとスマートフォンでやっているユニオンクロスの方でも今日の発表を記念して空のメダルを配布しますので、そちらもぜひ、手に入れていただければなと思っております。
And in final closing, to commemorate today's special announcement, he's giving posters to everybody in this room.
Okay. Well, I wish I was there.
Oh, there's a back! There's a backside too! Oh man, incredible! And in addition, if you play Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, you get a special in-game medal from now for quite some time. So check that out as well.
Guys, thank you so much. This has been an incredible experience. Thank you.
はい、今日は本当にありがとうございました。
And thank you so much for today.
Yeah. They're back.
The mission is on! Activate the troops! Playtime is a go!
Man, I was like waiting for Wreck-It Ralph or Treasure Planet. There dude. Oh, there.
So, Kingdom Hearts 3 2018, how about that?
Yeah.
So,
was really fantastic, all you guys. Thank you so much. I want to start by thanking our fantastic host, Jacksepticeye and Strawberry 17. And to our partners at Square Enix, Insomniac Games, EA, Oculus, and Sanzuru, thank you guys so much. And a very big thank you to our special guest, Markiplier, Janina Gavankar, thank you so much. And John Boyega, thank you all. And of course, to all of our Disney and Marvel panelists and all those who work behind the scenes to put this all together, thank you, thank you. Now, as you all just saw, our game slate has something new and exciting for all of our fans, whether you love Disney, Pixar, Marvel, or Star Wars, or of course all of the above. There's so much to look forward to. And I want to close out by once again thanking all of you. You are the reason why we're all here and why we strive each and every day to bring our incredible stories and characters to life in new and interactive ways. And so, on behalf of everyone at Disney Consumer Products and Interactive Media, thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of D23. Have a great weekend.
Mission accomplished! All toys return back to Andy Drew.
Well, guys, I think that's like it. I think Level Up, the Walt Disney Video Game Showcase. Well, I think I don't know. Yeah. Alright, guys, that's it for today. So catch you guys later. Peace. Shadow out.